Live is on. Hope everybody's had a great Monday thus far. Let's make sure our angles are right. Make sure y'all can see me clearly over there on Facebook. It's good if everybody who's checking in, shout yourselves out in the comments section, and we're gonna get into it in about 30 seconds. We're gonna get started. Periscope, you can tap the screen. Let's get some heart action going. Facebook, you can like, you can share, you can comment as well. Facebook, I see y'all your comments can come up here. And on Instagram, as y'all check in, you can shout yourselves out in the comments section, and ain't nothing else you can do Instagram. I guess you can tap the screen. Instagram. It's the only thing y'all can do. Give everybody like 10 seconds, then we're gonna get into this. It's 5:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, November the 9th. Which means we have 7 weeks roughly left in the year 2020. If you haven't made your goals yet for the year 2021, start doing so. For those of you who don't know me, let's get to it. My name is Dre Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day. What's up, Cody Chan? And who is this? B. Luuzi. My name is Dre Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day, former 9-year professional athlete, author of 27 books, including this book, Work on Your Game, and including this book, The Mirror of Motivation. At the end of this presentation, I will tell you how to get this book, a physical copy of this book, shipped to your doorstep for free. And writing these 27 books, what I've done is created this whole philosophy. Well, that's part of what I've done. I created this whole philosophy, this brand, this business called Work on Your Game. It's about taking the mental tools you need to succeed in sports and teaching how those tools apply to your life, how they apply to work, and how they apply to business, how they apply to sports if you happen to be an athlete. I've done 4 TED Talks. I've created more content over the last 15 years than any human being on this planet, whether we're talking live streams, videos, articles, audio, and I don't know if there's any other way that you can get content out into the world, but I've done it more than anybody else on the planet. Marco 9163 was good. ARB15 was going on. Topic here today is success cannot be microwaved. In other words, this topic here today is about discipline. This book, again, the self-guide to self-discipline. I'm going to tell you how to get this at the end of this live. This is about the discipline of understanding, especially for those of you who grew up in this culture. Let's say if you're like under the age of 30, or let's say under the age of 30, you grew up in a culture of a lot of things came pretty instantly. At least if you wanted some quick gratification, you could get it. You could just hop on a smartphone, or before we had smartphones, you could hop on a computer, and you get some information really quick. You can get some stimulation really quick in your life. And these are good things. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with taking advantage of these things, because look where we're at right now. I got an iPad, a laptop, an iPhone, and another iPhone. And we all broadcasting live right now. And I use this stuff I am more active on some of these platforms than even some of y'all are, and I'm older than you. So I'm not saying that these are bad things. What I'm saying is, what I'm talking about here today is not even about social media or any of that. It's about the discipline that you need to impose on yourself, and understanding that it's going to take a certain amount of time for you to create your success. Whatever success you want to create in life, there's an incubation period that goes into it. All right, the fact that things can come quick and things can happen quick might condition some people into believing that everything is going to come quick and everything is going to happen quick. Some things in life do come fast, you can get them really easily, and some things come slowly, and it's going to take you a little bit of time to get to it. What's going on, Ben? Checking in on Facebook. The topic is in the title. Look at the title of wherever you're watching this. I don't know if they even put it on Facebook, but the topic anyway, I'll tell you, Ben, because sometimes it looks like they don't put it up there. I don't know what they're doing there on Facebook. Topic is success cannot be microwaved. So let's get right into it. Point number 1, understand that time is the only non-renewable of our most important resources. Of all the resources we got that matter, 5 forms of investment that I talked about in episode 609 of the Work on Your Game Masterclass. That's an audio show that y'all can find on Spotify or Apple or SoundCloud. Time, money, attention, energy, and focus. Anything in which you create success, you create something that matters to you, you got to put in all 5. Think about it. And then you got big muscles. You put time in, you put some money in, meaning you bought some supplements, you had to pay for a gym membership, you had to pay attention to what you were doing, because if you didn't pay attention, you might have bad form and get injured. You had to put focus into it, meaning you're focusing on, how do I get better at this? How can I get over this plateau? And energy. It takes energy to lift weights. Anybody who has a business, you got to put time, money, attention, energy, focus. You got a family. You're in a relationship. If you have a job, you have to put all of these things into creating your success. These are the 5 most important aspects of investment in life. And time is the most valuable one, because time cannot be replaced. You know what makes something's value go up is scarcity. Scarcity makes the value of things go up. So this is why when they put a new pair of Jordans out or a new pair of Yeezys come out, everybody can't buy them. It's not because they don't have they don't have the capacity in the warehouses to make them. They can make as many as they want. They can make 1 million pairs of Jordans if they wanted to. The reason they make fewer is because it makes the value of the shoe go up because not everybody can get it. So you might make 1,000 pairs, let 1,000 people get a pair, and then let everybody else be mad that they didn't get them, and then you come back and try to get it the next time and the next time and the next time. That's what makes it scarce. Time, and that's what makes it valuable too. Time is as valuable as it is because it is scarce. You will run out of it. Eventually you won't have any more time. Here's the difference between a pair of Jordans and time though. Here's the difference. With time, we always get supplied more of it every single day. Every day you go to sleep, all right? Most of y'all go to sleep every day, right? And then you wake up in the morning and you got a whole nother 24 hours. And then you go to sleep and you wake up again, you go to sleep, wake up again. And here's the thing, if you're 24, you got every day, 365 days times 24 years. That's a lot of years, a lot of days of you having this happen. You go to sleep, wake up, you get more time. Go to sleep, wake up, get more time. Waste time, get more of it. Have a good time, get more of it. Do nothing with your time, get more of it. Go to sleep, get more of it. And we just keep getting more of this time. It just keeps renewing itself to the point that for many of us, it doesn't feel as scarce as it actually is. That is until the day when you ain't got no more of it. Now, the day that you realize or that it happens that you don't have any more time, you actually won't be able to realize it because you'll be dead. Or you won't be around to think about it or to tell the story. What usually happens is when someone close to us, maybe a family member or maybe somebody you looked up to, maybe somebody you were a fan of, like a famous person, an athlete that you liked or a musician that you followed or some person whose name you knew of for whatever reason, they die and you're like, damn, life actually is short. I thought this person was going to keep living. This person wasn't that old, and now their time is gone. And maybe for a brief period of time, you start thinking about how valuable your time is, and maybe you get a little bit of urgency at that point. But then it usually passes, that energy goes away, and then you go right back to sleep walking through your life. Now, remember when, we're in November. Y'all remember when Kobe Bryant passed away in January? Does it feel like it was that long ago? It doesn't feel like it was that long ago. It was 10 months ago, Kobe Bryant passed away, and I talked about this. I did a video, it was on YouTube, where I talked about the sense of urgency that we all need to have in our lives when we realize that it's not as long as you think it is. But the thing is, even though you need to have a sense of urgency about your life, that doesn't mean everything's going to happen immediately in your life. So respecting the value of time, understanding that while you want to be urgent with the time that you have, the immediate time, at the same time, understand that urgency also plays into the long game of how am I going to build something that's worthwhile? How am I going to build something that matters? How am I going to build something that will stand the test of time? So even when I'm not around to talk about it or do it anymore, it'll still last and people can still talk about it. Anybody who goes up against time and tries to win is going to lose. All right, nobody has ever defeated time. As they say, Father Time is undefeated, meaning you cannot shortcut time. That means if it takes a year for you to work on something in order for you to make something worthwhile out of it, you got to put a year in to get that result. And if you don't put that year in, you are not going to get the result. Now, you can't cheat it. And if you think you cheated time, you think you won, the last laugh will be had by time. Time will always have the last laugh on any human being on this planet. I don't care how good, how smart, how talented, how rich. Nobody has ever defeated time. You will not defeat time. If you want to win in life, you must pay the price of time. Time is like the government collecting taxes. All right, and then you try to cheat on taxes. Maybe you're getting away with it for now. Eventually, they're going to catch up to you, and that bill is going to become due. Time is the same way. Time is like the government. They are taxing everybody. So you must pay what you owe when it comes to your time tax. If you don't put the time in, time is going to get back from you 10 times what you would have paid if you would have just paid it at the normal time. But since you didn't pay on time, you got to, first of all, you got to go to jail. Then you got to go to court. Then you got to pay what you owe, and you got to pay extra as a penalty because you tried to cheat time in the first place. So don't try to cheat time. You will lose. You can take my word for it, or you can find out the hard way. Your choice. Point number 2. The topic here today is success is not made in a microwave. You cannot microwave success. You got to respect the process. Number 2, what comes quickly leaves quickly. Any of you ever eat any fast food? McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Subway. Subway's fast food, right? White Castle. They ain't got no White Castle down here in Miami, but I remember White Castle. You know what happens when you eat that kind of food? You eat fast food? What happens is it exits your body just as quickly as it entered your body. Just as quickly as they were able to make it and serve it to you. That's how quickly it's going to exit your system. It'll go in and it'll go out. that fast. That's why it's called fast food. All right, fast food is not just how quickly they serve it to you. It's how quickly it leaves your system once you put it in your body, because there's not a lot of quality nutrients in it. All right, that's why it's called what it's called. That's why it's as cheap as it is. What comes quickly leaves quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Meaning this is what it means when it comes to this topic. This is not about nutrition. It means anything that you get quickly, any success that you earn quickly and you didn't pay the price, you didn't really put a whole lot of time into getting it, understand that whatever the benefits were that you got from that will go away just as quickly as they showed up. Why? Because you didn't put the time in. You didn't really earn it. If it wasn't hard for you to get it, it won't be hard for you to lose it. I'm going to say that one more time. If it wasn't hard for you to get it, it will not be hard for you to lose it. So ask yourself this question. What you're doing today, actually, what are you doing today that's going to be relevant 10 years from now? Are you working on anything now that's going to matter? Sometime in the future is going to matter in 10 years, in 5 years, even in 6 weeks. What are you working on is going to matter in the future? Obviously, all of us at different times, we got to do things that matter for us in a moment. Like, I got to do this right now. I got to take care of this right now. I need something to eat right now. I got to put out this fire right now. I got to answer this phone call right now. I got to go help my mom out right now and do something for today. What are you doing that's going to matter in the future? What are you doing that will matter even when you're not around to talk about it anymore? Anything that stands the test of time, ladies and gentlemen, there has to be time invested in it from the beginning. You think of the type of people who have been passed away since before any of us was even alive, and we still talk about those people. Why do we still talk about them? Because the time that they put into building the things that they built. We still talk about somebody like George Washington or Martin Luther King, and some people were alive during Martin Luther King, but you understand what I'm saying, that they put the time into building something that mattered so much that it's been 20, 30, 40 years, 100 years since that person was alive, and we're still talking about what they did because of the time that they put in. It's not because they did something quick and easy that get them remembered. What gets you remembered is something that you put the time into and that you invested in. That's why time is the most important investment you will ever make in your life. What are you doing now that will be relevant 10, 20 years from now? If you can't think of anything, you should probably figure something out. Point number 3. Topic here today is success cannot be microwaved. After this third point, I'm going to answer questions. So if you got one, you can get it ready. Make sure you keep it short. Malcolm X, another good example. Third thing, if you are in the newer generation, like I talked about, if you're under the age of 30 or under the age of 25, you're in the newer generation. I don't know if it's Gen Z, is it Gen Y, Gen Z? Millennial. I don't know which is which. I don't even know what they're calling each one now. I get confused because they got so many of them. But if you're in this new generation, understand you're growing up in a world of access, of quick access that people who are your parents didn't have access to, that people who are might be even 10 years older than you. Obviously, we all got it now, but we grew up without having these accesses. So you got access to things quick. You can access the information immediately right there on your phone. You don't have to go to the library. You don't have to be without information. You can find anybody, look them up, get all their information, find out how old they are, find out where they've been, what they did before, who their girlfriend is, how many kids they got. You can find out anything about anything pretty much literally at the tip of your fingers, damn near 24 hours a day, within arm's reach. There's a lot of things different now than how it was, back in the day, whatever back in the day means to you, depending on what your age is. However, all this being said, there are some things that ain't changing. One of those things that isn't changing is what I just told you, is that the time investment is still going to be required no matter what you try to do, no matter what you're trying to get to in life. You must invest the time. You got to put the effort in. You got to put the money in. You got to put in the focus. You got to pay attention, and you got to put the time in. If you don't do these things, again, you may acquire something. If you're talented enough or the timing works for you, you get lucky enough, something might pop off for you, but understand it will go away just as quickly as you got it, simply because there was no real investment made in the first place. Now, any of you ever think of anything in your life that you got really quickly and you didn't really have to work hard for it? Did it last? Do you still have it right now? Are you still, maybe you're still benefiting from it in some way, but is it still as relevant to you now as it was then? Most of the time in life, what we don't invest in does not last. Why? Because it's just the law of the universe. Everybody agrees with the law of karma, right? I never heard anybody say they disagree with the law of karma. The law of karma says you get out of things what you put into it. So if you didn't put anything into something and you got this great result or this positive result that's working in your favor, but you didn't put anything in, what do you think is going to be worth? What is it going to be worth in a year? What's it going to be worth in 10 years, 5 years, 20 years? What's it going to be worth for your grandkids? Probably not much. Why? Because you didn't invest in it. This is just the way that it works. What you put into something is what you get out. Any of you own a farm or you got any plants All right, if you don't water the plant, if you don't give it plant food, if you don't make sure that you position it so it can get some sun, the plant's going to die. All right, if you have a pet and you don't feed the pet and you don't give it water and you don't bathe it or you don't take it to the vet, eventually the pet's going to get sick and the pet's going to die, and that's just how it works. There's some people in my building. I'll give you an example. There's some people in my building where I'm at right now. They got a dog. Now I don't know these people. It's two people. Is this chick? It's like this light skin. She's not light skin. Like white chick. She might be European or something. And this black dude. They're together. I've seen them in the elevator before. And then I've seen them by themselves before. And they have this dog. Now I don't know what kind of dog it is. Maybe a lot of people down here got like a French bulldog. It's like a French bulldog, right? This dog smells so bad. All right, you would not fucking believe it. All right, this dog smells like. What does this dog smell like? I can't even describe how terrible this dog smells, because I'm gonna tell you something. I was in the elevator once, right? And the girl got in the elevator with the dog, and that shit smelled so horrible. I was like, what the fuck? I never smelled a dog that smelled that bad. Like, I don't know how long they've had that dog, but they have never given their dog a bath. They have never taken that dog to like a groomer or anything. And I'm thinking to myself, and then here's something else that happened. I seen the girl by herself with the dog, and the dog smelled bad. I was like, that dog smells like shit. And I didn't say nothing. I'm just thinking to myself, I'm thinking maybe it was the people. I don't know. Maybe it was the people. Maybe it was the dog. I didn't know. Then another time I saw the dude and the girl get in the elevator, and they didn't have the dog, and they smell a little bit bad, but not as bad as the dog. And then check this out. One time I seen the girl with the dog outside. Now, mind you, outside, somebody smells bad and you're in the elevator, you kind of stuck with them, right? But if you see somebody outside and they smell bad, you only get a little bit of it, and then you can move on. The girl walked past me with the dog. Now, we in the street, so there's a lot of space between us. That dog smells so bad, I could smell the stench of the dog, and we was like 8 feet away from each other. I'm like, yo, that dog smells fucking horrible. And here's what I'm thinking to myself. What did their house smell like if the dog smells like that? Like, if the dog smells like that and it doesn't bother them, then what does the inside of their crib smell like? And they just living in that every single day. I'm like, these motherfuckers is crazy. Whoever they are. I don't know who they are, but if I ever see them again with that dog, then I'm going to make a remark. I'm going to say, yo, why don't y'all going to get that dog a bath or something? The dog smells like shit. Y'all don't recognize that? And the dude is black, so I know he ain't. I don't know where the girl's from. She doesn't look like a normal American. She looks like she's from somewhere. I don't know where. I don't know if she even speaks English, but I think she does. The dude don't look like he speaks anything other than English. So if I see them, I'm going to ask them what's going on. I'm telling you all that to tell you this. If you do not put the time in to taking care of the things that you got, then those things are going to, the results of you not taking care of it are going to be obvious. Okay? If you don't bathe your dog or bathe yourself, you're going to smell bad. If you don't put the time into something, you're not going to get the kind of results that you want. You don't put the energy into something, it's not going to give you energy back. In life, you get out of things what you put in. So if you think you could create your success in a microwave, you can. But any of you ever had a meal that got made in a microwave? When I was working, this had to be like 14, it's 2020. So like 14 years ago, I was working at this gym. And I was selling gym memberships, right? And here's what I was eating. I was eating these microwavable meals. These things you could get from like the grocery store, out the frozen food section, like the little box, like the little TV dinner type joints. It wasn't a TV dinner. It was like a higher level than TV dinner. So if a TV dinner costs like $2, the meals I was buying cost like $4.50. So I had these meals. I had a whole freezer full of this shit. I had like 20 of these joints, all different flavors, and I would eat those for like lunch and dinner every single day. Now you can get away with this in your early 20s. I probably wouldn't eat like that now because I would feel like shit, but I used to eat like that then. And eating these kind of meals, what kind of performance was I going to get out of myself? Now again, in my early 20s, it didn't quite matter as much, but I probably could have been a better player, better athlete, could have been more sharper mentally had I been eating some better food because I was putting shit in my body. So all I was getting was not my ideal performance out because I was putting terrible things in. So the whole point is this. Those meals, you can make them in a microwave. And a microwavable meal is made of a bunch of shitty material and it's going to taste like shit because you got to put radioactive waves into your food to make it hot. Now, you compare that to a home-cooked meal by somebody who actually knows how to cook. It tastes a whole lot different. There's a lot different quality ingredients, and you're going to get a whole lot different result in terms of how your body performs and your mind performs from the fuel that you put in it. All that being said, let me tell you how to get this book for free like I told you I would. Then I'm going to go over the points that I just gave, and what's the other thing I said I was going to do? Oh, and I'm going to take questions. So if you got any questions or comments or anything like that, put it in the comment section. I'll address it as soon as I tell you about this book. So this book right here is called The Mirror of Motivation. It's the self-guide, the self-discipline This is the first book of mine that you should read. I've written 27 books. You start with this one. People used to always ask me, Dre, where do I begin? You got all this material, all this content, all these videos, all these courses, all these books. Which one do I get first? Get this first. The self-guide, the self-discipline. Why do you get this first? Because it doesn't matter what you do for a living. You could be an athlete, a librarian, a student, a stay-at-home mom, a dog walker, whatever. Everybody understands the concept of goals, right? Everybody who's listening to this, you have something you want to achieve. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening to me. And everybody understands you got to put some work in to achieve your goal. What many people never ask themselves is, who do I need to be? What type of person do I need to be to get to where I want to get to in life? This book is not going to tell you who to be. This book is going to provide the frameworks for you to answer the question for yourself, who you need to be. So, because when you change who you are being as a person, then what you're doing will change, and then the results that you're getting will change. So what you need to do is go to mirrorofmotivation.com. That's mirrorofmotivation.com. The book is already paid for. I paid for this book. I got a stack of them right over there, and I'm about to order another stack because we just shipped out, I think, 10 of them today. So I'm getting another stack. All you do is cover the shipping. I pay for the book, and I will send this book to you worldwide, anywhere that you live. I'm talking the physical, this actual book, physical book. Hold it in your hands, take a picture with it, all that. Ship it to you physically, worldwide, anywhere that you live. All you do is go to mirrorofmotivation.com. Tell us where to ship the book. We'll send it to you. You cover the shipping. I'll get this to you. Again, mirrorofmotivation.com. While you're there, you got an option to get the 4-book bulletproof bundle. That's 4 books of mine on mindset. Discipline is this one. We got a confidence book, mental toughness book, and a personal initiative book. And on the next page, we'll give you an offer to get this book, Work on Your Game, along with the mental workbook. But all you got to remember is mirrorofmotivation.com. All that said, let me recap my points. And if you got a question, go ahead and post it right now. I'm going to address it right now. Keep it short. Make sure it's on subject. Why success cannot be microwaved. Number 1, time is the only non-renewable resource, is the most important of our non-renewable resources. 5 forms of investment, time is the most important one, along with attention, energy, focus, and money. You must put the time in to get something out. Number 2, what comes quickly leaves quickly. This is why when you eat fast food, it digests out of your system just as fast as you ate it, just as fast as they served it, because there's very little quality ingredients in it. No wonder you got it so quickly. And number 3, even though if you're a millennial or Gen X, Gen Y, whatever it is, I don't even know, Gen Z, whatever it is, understand that there are many things that have changed, but there are many things that ain't changing. One of the things that ain't changing is you got to put the time in to get the result. If you haven't put the time in yet, do not complain or ask why you have not yet gotten a result in your life and what you claim to be working on. All that said, if you got a question, post in the comment section. I'm going to address them all right now. Marco, what's going on? Cupertino in the house. Shout out to Apple. D Styles said, I remember watching your videos, basketball videos growing up. Salute. Shout out to you, D Styles 631. What you doing now, D Styles? You still playing ball or what you doing? DJ Styles. Are you a DJ? What you doing? Lil Aaron OS, what's going on? Sports Lover says, is there such thing as perfect timing? Well, I mean, perfect is relative, but yeah, for you, I mean, you would have to tell yourself that something was perfect timing. But what's perfect for one person is not necessarily perfect for others. Aaron said, Gen Y and Gen Z and Gen Alpha below age 7 are the youngest generation. Wait, there's a Gen Alpha? I've never heard of that. Gen Alpha is anybody under the age of 7. I didn't know you got a name when you ain't even 10 years old yet. So you getting a name when you below age. So 6-year-olds have a generation. All right, that's a new thing. That's some new shit right there. Gen Y and Gen Z and Gen Alpha are the youngest generations. All right, yeah, I'm out of touch with what they call each group. Money May says, yeah, experience with DMT or steroid use, and I never use steroids. I don't know what DMT is, so I probably haven't done that either. Ball alert, what's going on? Question is, are there any specific methods to minimize estrogen to accrue and augment testosterone levels? No, what I would suggest you read is Tim Ferriss' 4-Hour Body. He talked about that, Money May. It's called The 4-Hour Body by Tim Ferriss. He talked about raising testosterone levels and all that stuff, but I never went deep into any of that stuff, so that's the most I can tell you. Question is, should single guys be in a hurry to get a girl? Well, should is who's to determine that? As far as I'm concerned, me personally, I was never in a hurry, but I can't say what you should do. You would have to decide that. Aaron says, Gen Alpha is the youngest. I did my research. I'm 19. My generation is Z. All right, so we got that clear. All right, if you're 19, you're Generation Z. All right, so Mirror, I don't know what generation I am. So mirrorofmotivation.com. We to work on your game generation. I don't care what age you are. If you're working on your game, you're working on your game generation. Let's keep it simple. All right, we can't have all these generations. I'm gonna get it confused. What number is what and all that. Mirrorofmotivation.com. Join this generation right here by going to mirrorofmotivation.com. You cover the shipping. I have already paid for the book. I got a stack of these books right over there. We just shipped out, I think, 10 of these today, and I think a couple orders came in this afternoon, so we got to ship out some more. We're about to run out. I'm about to order some more. As long as the printer can keep them coming, we good. As long as there are trees that we can tear down and print more books, we got it. Mirrorofmotivation.com. Jeff said, just got out of prison, been missing these. Jeff, what was you in prison for, Jeff? Unless you're joking. Tell us what you were locked in. So Jeff said he just got out of prison. So now, Jeff, you didn't put your business on Front Street, so now we all gonna wait. I was just about to end this live, but Jeff said he got out of prison, so we want to know what you were incarcerated for. And did you catch COVID while you were locked up? Those are two questions I want to know. Pierre said to work on your WOYFG. Yes, work on your fucking game generation. I like that even better. That's better. Well, Aaron said, I got to eat home-cooked meals instead of TV dinners. That is correct. Yeah, do not eat TV dinners. TV dinner is cheap. There's not even real food in there. Do not eat a TV. If you leave a TV dinner out and just leave it open on your kitchen counter, the ants won't even eat it. All right, that's how you know it ain't shit. If the ants don't want it, you know it ain't real food. All right, the roaches won't even eat that. Okay. Jeff said tax evasion and no COVID. How long were you locked up, Jeff? So everybody shout out Jeff. He just came home. So this is what you do when you come home from prison. You get on to work on your game live stream. Jeff, do you have your copy of the Mirror of Motivation? Jeff, I'll give you this book for free as a coming home present. All you do is cover the shipping. Go to mirrorofmotivation.com. All right? And no tax. No tax. Mirrorofmotivation.com. Jeff coming home. Everybody shout out Jeff for coming home. Yeah, first day out. Yeah, your first day. You like Gucci Man. You like Gucci Man. Just came home. Came right to the work on your game live. I like that. Oh, you got the bulletproof bundle. That's what's up. All right, reread that thing. All right, you just got out from being locked up. Reread the bulletproof bundle. I don't know if they let you read that in jail, but read that right now. Shout out to everybody coming home, and make sure everybody who, even if you didn't go home yet, mirrorofmotivation.com. Jeff said my accountant is fired. Yeah, get your accountant a copy of the Mirror of Motivation. Order it and just put his address in there or her address and send this to them. All right, so shout out to everybody coming home. Shout out to Gucci Man. Everybody have a great Monday evening. Tomorrow I'm going to do another live. I don't know what the topic is, but y'all be ready for it. Work on your game generation. We out. Dre all day.